Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos. Today we have wishing ring. It's a 10-inch finished block. Here is the diagram. We have all squares and half square triangles that finish at 2 inches. Here are 4 blocks set block to block, and I think this would be a great scrap quilt. Patch A is a 2-inch finished half square triangle. We will cut squares at 2 7/8 inches, cut them in half on the diagonal once, and you'll have 2 patches. If you're cutting and sewing patches, you will need 4 patches of the light fabric, 4 patches of the background, and 8 patches of the dark fabric. Here are the AccuQuilt dies that will cut these patches. And when you use AccuQuilt, you are cutting patches. In my demo, I'm going to make the half square triangles 2 at a time. So in this case, we cut the squares at 2 7/8, the same size, but we do not subcut them. We keep them in squares. And if we're doing squares, we'll need 2 squares for the light fabric, 2 squares for the background, and 4 squares for the dark fabric. Patch B is a 2-inch finished square. We'll cut 2 1/2-inch squares. For the background, we'll need 8 patches. For the light, we'll need 4 patches, and for the dark, we'll need 5 patches. Here are the AccuQuilt dies that will cut this shape. For step 1, we'll make the half square triangles, and we have 2 different colorings for the half square triangles. We'll make 4 of each. Step 2, we'll take the half square triangles and some of the squares, and we'll make 4 of the corner units. And step 3, we'll make the center and the 2 side units with the squares that are left. Here are the fabrics I've chosen. This is patch A, the 2 7/8 inch squares, and we're going to make the half square triangles with these. And then here are patch B, the 2-inch finished squares. We're going to use the method to make 2 half square triangles at a time. If you're not familiar with this method, there's a short tutorial to show you how. On the back side of the light fabric, we're going to draw a diagonal line, put the fabrics together, right sides together, and we're going to stitch on either side of the diagonal line. Here is the diagonal line drawn, and then the stitching on both sides. Now we cut this in half along the diagonal line. Then we have our 2 half square triangles. Press the seams open and cut off the nubs. The half square triangles are done. Now we'll go to step 2 and assemble the corner units. And we have 1 of each half square triangle, and then we have 2 of the background B units. And it looks like this. So these 2 together, then these 2, press the seams, and then sew the 2 rows together. And we'll make 4 of these. Next, we'll take what's left of the squares and we'll assemble the center unit. These go here. Here is the center unit. We'll sew those together and press. Then we will make 2 of these. These are the side units. Sew them together and press the seams open. We'll finish all these units and put the block together. All the units are ready. Now we'll just lay it out. Sew the top units together into a row and the bottom units into a row. Press and sew the rows together, and the block is finished. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos.